welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gurzon, and I'm joined by Gina Marie Gurzon. What up, peoples? We are back in New York, in sleeves, and this is horse shit. But we did have like a quick 48-hour excursion to warmer weather this past weekend, and that was to attend the wedding of a childhood friend of mine, someone I've been friends with since pre-K, John Leonard, and his beautiful wife, Lauren, right? So,
who I technically didn't even get to meet yet, but
yeah, we still technically it was a fast, wild weekend. Like it came and went, and I feel like we didn't really get much done. Like I caught up.
We were able to get to the wedding. We were able to be present at the wedding and interact in the wedding. That was as much, I think, as we got done. If you want, that was the mission. We completed the mission.
And I mean, I love what Jimbo said when we sat down. He was like, "That was the quickest turnaround I've ever seen anybody get ready for a wedding. That was impressive." He saw us walk into the hotel in our street clothes, and then it's like we were like Batman, or like Superman in the phone booth. We just fucking changed and we're ready. That was, and we made it on time. Like the ceremony hadn't even started yet. Yeah. So that was great, and we had perfect timing of the Uber too. Literally was rolling up right at the second I put the order in. He was rolling up. People got out of the car. We got in. Got down to the wedding. That was perfect. So yeah, that was fun. We got to go to Miami real quick. We're gonna have to do it again so we can actually enjoy it.
Because the weather was beautiful. I mean,
it was.
It was really a little humid on the beach there, but
a lot of humid.
A lot of humid on the beach there, especially in a little bit of makeup, high heels, and a dress. Or a suit.
I even felt like I was starting to sweat a little, and I don't sweat.
Yeah.
That's
it was a little uncomfortable, but we trooped through it. Yeah.
And it was nice to see all of those friends. You know, most of which I've met, actually all of them, was either pre-K, kindergarten, or first grade. So you're talking about a lifetime of friendship right there that we got to all catch up with. When a lot of us still had a full head of hair or no gray hairs. So things have changed a little bit, but we're still the same people, which is hysterical, as you got to see firsthand.
I mean, I've been with you for just about 15 years. I mean, I know. I don't know them like you know them, but I mean, I know, I recognize, I see everybody.
You get it.
I get it, and it's so rare. It's amazing.
So
it's a blessing, really. It's such like a gift. What a gift to have.
Hashtag blessed. So yeah, that was fun. Now we're back, right? But I mean, that pretty much brings us into what we wanted to talk about today, and it was, and we're gonna narrow it down, but it's 3 tips to stay on top of your fitness on vacation, right? Or the 3 top tips for fitness on vacation, right? So to just give a quick overview before we start diving into each one individually, the first one would be pack your necessities. The second is time management. And the third one is do your research, right? So before we get into those 3, was there anything else we needed to cover? We already covered, yeah, so last episode we covered the weekday warrior of the month. So I think we're good on that.
Yeah, I think, no. Okay, so we'll go through that and maybe...
Yeah, cool. So the first one, pack your necessities. So just like real quick, what we're talking about is, you know, as you're getting ready to go away, like we did, right, you want to make sure you have everything you need to work out. Like, you know, maybe it's a water bottle or a workout outfit, you know, clothes for your workout, because I mean, you don't want to work out in jeans, right? And then any necessary supplements, but I know you can you can get more into that because
Well, I mean, you're making your vacation a priority, so your training, having that prioritized in your day. So we're prepping ahead of time. We're packing our suitcase. You're packing your toothbrush. You're packing your face wash. You're packing your moisturizer. You're packing your sunscreen. So those are just as much of a priority as your workout clothes, your workout shoes, your workout supplements, your workout pre-workout, your workout BCAAs, your protein powders. Like, those are all priorities within the context of your fitness routine, right? Your training. So, and your water bottle, or some of you that like to drink a pre-workout or an intra-workout, an electrolyte beverage, a powder. We have a lot of members that use our Prestige Labs intra and our pre. So those are all things that we should, focus on as a necessity. Prioritize the prep work, right? The prep work is huge.
Yes. I mean, packing workout clothes, I think, is super important.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you, I mean, the last time I went away, when I went to Orlando last May, I forgot socks. I did not have workout socks.
Okay, so then that'll come down to number 3, I think, when we look research. So.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, it's always good to have. So if you know you're going to be away for 3 days or 5 days, how many days are you planning on working out? Prioritize. Okay, I need 4 pairs of socks. I have my workout shoes, or I have my, barefoot shoes, or whatever the case, or if you're cycling, if you're playing tennis, if you're golfing, what's the goal of what you're doing, and make sure you plan accordingly. Have your t-shirts, have your tank tops, have your sports bras, ladies. Gentlemen, you have specific underwear that you wear when you work out that hold everything in place, just like we do, so pack those too.
Those are very important. Those are very important.
Some of you guys wear, headbands or headgear to keep your hair out of your eyes. Ladies, the same thing. Sometimes I wear one of those headbands to keep all the stray hairs out of my face when we're sweating, especially if you're going to a warmer climate and it's humid, or you're outside and it's hot. It's not like it is right now in New York at 40-something degrees and damp. But, so yeah, preparation is the key. So pack ahead, plan ahead, make a list. Stretch it out, Titan.
Big stretch.
Stretch it out.
Yeah, a little sidebar, but it's a fact. You're not really a dog owner if you don't yell out big stretch while your dog is stretching.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you get on top of that if you own dogs. It's a necessity, along with packing the proper workout clothes. But having, a reusable water bottle, like for us, we had the hydro flasks and the Yetis and all that. Like, that's important, because sometimes you may wind up at a fitness center that has a shitty water fountain, right? So it's good to have stuff like that ready to go, just in case. But yeah, and then that's where I was going to get at. Supplements, right? Making sure you pack what's necessary. Plan accordingly, like, are you going to be gone for 2 days, a week, whatever it may be, and have enough to get through it so that, you can stay in your routine as much as possible. But what I wanted to bring up was the fact that we all know how important hydration is. It's not out yet, but they did tease it, and Prestige Labs is coming out with their own hydration supplement. So like individual packets that you can just throw into your water on the go.
Talk about convenience.
Yeah, super convenient. So I'm pretty much just gonna call them hydration sticks, but we'll see what they call them for sure. So I'm pretty excited about that. Anything else to add to packing your necessities?
It's just preparation.
I love that you brought up the shoe part too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's very important.
Yeah, we work out barefoot. But when we know where we're going to be, and you're in a strange place, and you just don't know.
Yeah.
It's better just to, prepare ahead of time, make your lists, and make sure you have the appropriate attire for each type of activity. You wouldn't be wearing cycling shoes on the golf course, and you wouldn't be wearing golf shoes when you're strength training. So or doing yoga for that matter. You wouldn't be wearing shoes at all. So you just, plan ahead.
The next one, tip number 2, time management. Right, so real quick, it's just basically having viable workouts ready to go that are planned ahead of time. And by that, we mean the viable part really it's a 2-part thing, really. So it's, workouts within a certain time limit or constructed to a specific time frame, and scheduling these workouts, right? So yes, you're away, you're on vacation, right? You should be relaxing as much as possible, but scheduling that workout, having a loose plan to follow throughout the day, and just making sure that workout is a priority. It just makes the rest of the day so much easier, right? And then as far as staying on track, like with your diet or your fitness journey or anything, it just makes sure that even when you're gone on vacation, you're still in your routine, right? And
Yep.
so nothing really feels foreign, right? So
It's all structure.
yes.
Right? It's all structure.
Mm-hmm.
What's wonderful is we have our Overdrive app, so our members can always log in every day. Could be thousands of miles away, and they can still follow their workout. They can always. We also have our hybrid members who are working specifically towards a goal. So there's maybe specific conditioning programming that we put them through, different types of workouts that we might put them through, more metabolic resistance training, more energy system work, aerobic work. So again, going in line with all of your preparation, and we'll get to the next step of research, but knowing ahead of time what you have available to you at your location or at the venue, and we can prepare ahead of time. So if you're working with a coach or a trainer, you speak to your coach or your trainer, check in with your app. Is everything going to be ready for you at that moment on those days that you can just get to where you're going, do what you need to do, and then enjoy the rest of the day? For us too, there have been times when we're still competing, and we were getting ready for even like Worlds, and we had a very stringent schedule, a very specific schedule that we had to stay on. We had very specific programming that we were both following, and we knew that our competition was whatever day it was falling on whatever day, which we would be traveling to as well. However, it wasn't just something that we could kind of just throw up into the air and see what was available when we got to our destination. We had to be very specific with where we were going, what was available to us. We had to make sure we had appropriate barbells, dumbbells, space, and that we could complete and carry out our specific workout. So that's going to be important. So have yourself ready with within those time constraints, and then okay, well at 12 o'clock we're going ziplining, and at 2:30 we have lunch, and so your day is prepared. It's very important that you can fit everything in without being stressed, because the whole idea is, right, to let go of the stress and still be able to stay structured within the time frame of that 24 hours on vacation. And I think that allows you to really be able to enjoy yourself even more so, because everything is laid out for you. So you speak to your coach, or you have your apps, which I think we do a fabulous job. I'm not gonna, I really do. We do a great job here. People are very happy with everything, whether they're going away or they're here. Full access to your workouts, and again, it all comes down to just preparing ahead of time. And then even, if you know that, at the hotel, you're looking at the schedule and you say, oh, there's a boot camp class I want to take, or there's a yoga class I want to take, or there's tennis instruction with some playtime, and it's a 45-minute session. It's from 9 to 9:45. That is perfect. I can go get breakfast after that. We can go by the pool. The kids can go by the pool. We've got everything planned for the rest of the day. So, like, make sure it fits within the schedule of your day. I don't know. We have plenty of runners here. We have tennis players here. We have people who like to also incorporate yoga into their regimen. So the hotels normally provide something like that. Or if you're in an area where, in a town that's appropriate to the location and the population, that you can take these classes and still enjoy your vacation and stay within the campus of the vacation, right? So
that leads us directly into the third tip, which is do your research, right? So it's everything Gina had just covered, right? Finding out, all right, are there classes offered at the fitness center on site of the hotel or resort? If that hotel type of gym isn't viable for the workouts you're trying to get completed while you're gone, are there any type of gyms in the area that could be feasible, right? Taking that another step further, making sure these places that you look up are actually accessible, right?
It's true. No,
so,
it's
like,
true.
for one instance, we ran into this past weekend where we were staying, there was a fitness center on site. We take the short walk there. It was nice to get some vitamin D, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But we show up, and they're like, there's no more fitness center. We're like, what? They're like, yeah, it's under construction.
Under construction, yeah.
They basically are turning it into something else, right? So
would have been nice to know ahead of time.
It would be, it would have especially been nice to know if they had actually that on their website. But needless to say, doing your research is very important. Like, so for instance, when we go away, that's one of the first things we always look up, right? Well, I would say it's 1 and 1A between we look up where we can get a workout in, and we look up food joints we want to hit up within a near proximity.
That's very true.
Because both of those are important to us. But the fitness aspect allows us to eat like an asshole and not have any negative effects.
Right. It's all about balance.
Right. So, obviously making sure they're actually open. And then, like, for instance, there's another thing that happened. I had backup plans. Like, all right, there's a Retro Fitness within 3 minutes of where we're staying, right? The 3-minute drive. We'll go there. Retro, it's a franchise, they're all over the friggin' country. I call up just to confirm, hey, just want to know how much is a day pass. Sorry, sir, we're actually not even open yet. We're doing pre-sale only. So I was like...
Again, was not on their website, correct?
Was not posted on their website,
so...
right? But this is why it's so important to do your research ahead of time. Because, if it is important for you to get a workout in, whether it be, a 20-minute body weight workout or, a full hour and a half, 2-hour powerlifting or bodybuilding workout, you want to make sure that if that's what you want to do, that you can actually do it, right? So doing your research to make sure that you can work out around or do your workouts that are designed around your goal, it's important. It's imperative.
And even have options. Research. Like we had options, and it just so happens that even the options didn't have the appropriate they didn't have they didn't inform you properly.
Yeah.
So we were kind of bummed.
Yeah.
about that. Because we were ready to go, we had options available, and then by that time we're like, well, now we don't have much time left, so forget it.
But, doing this will definitely make sure that you don't really break any routines, whether you're home or away, right? So, anything else to add to do your research?
And even doing your research, so, like, if you're in an area, for instance, that have maybe supermarkets or local joints that, God forbid, you forgot your protein powder, or you forgot your greens powder, or you forgot your electrolytes, or you forgot... there's a specific oatmeal that you like to eat, or I don't know, almond milk, or a cereal, or something that you can't live without, that's going to keep you within your structure too, because it all ties into each other, is like that's another thing, is we always make sure there's supermarkets around, or like even local joints that we know, like market type deals, or kind of mom and pop type deals where we could always go and grab things, fruit, little snacks, nuts, things, just different things that you can munch on that you could still either keep in your hotel room or your Airbnb, or staying at a friend's house or whatever. Just make sure that every aspect of your journey is covered, so that even though you're away from home, you still feel like you're kind of in the groove and in the flow of everything. I think that's really, really important. You could buy a certain type of water that you like, or whatever the case. You don't have to pay an arm and a leg at the hotel for it, because I know, it's more about the convenience there. It's not so much about, they don't really care about what it costs you necessarily. It's more about, well, this is the convenience factor, and it's $7 for a bottle of water, but I mean, it's true. Or a 1 ounce package of almonds or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that's actually very important, doing your research as far as that, because like if you're staying at a hotel, for instance, going back to like when I was last in Orlando, I could have went down to the hotel lobby or their store in the lobby and bought some snacks and waters and stuff, but almonds and the jerky were super expensive, and so were the waters, and all it took was literally opening up this little information machine that's in your pockets every day. You go into the interwebs and you find out, like, holy shit, there's a 7-Eleven within walking distance of this goddamn hotel. Walk there. I didn't walk, right? Because I knew exactly what I was getting, which was going to be enough water to where I didn't feel like doing 50-pound farmer carries back to the hotel, right? But, I got my waters, my Gatorade Zeros, I got a bunch of snacks, right? Because, I mean, jerky, almond, and fruit, those are easy go-tos when you're gone. And that simple little few clicks on the phone just to find out that you could save a bunch of money by get in the car for like a 1-minute drive.
Or if you need to get your steps in, just walk it out.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was huge. I almost forgot that one. That was a great point to add, to do your research.
Yeah, because it's all part of everything. Good nutrition, it just makes you feel good, and doing your research, and you're staying on your health journey and your fitness journey. You've got your workouts ahead of time. You spoke to your coach. You packed all of your supplies. You you have your workouts within the time frame that you need them, within those time constraints, and the whole day is planned out for you, so you can still enjoy everything. But is just finding these local markets or these supermarkets and knowing what you need and feeling good about it, and even the restaurants. So like looking at the options is, maybe you don't want to go ham on every meal, you don't want, maybe if you're going to have that triple stack of buttered fluffy pancakes with extra syrup and fried eggs, okay, but then maybe you just want to have like a grilled chicken salad for lunch instead of having, the fried chicken and waffles with extra gravy. I mean, that's delicious too, but like, it just depends. Like, it's all about doing the research, is just loading up that information in your brain. And, okay, this is where I can eat. These are the options that I have. These are the better choices. And then I feel really good about it. Right?
And even to add on to that, looking at the amenities of where you're staying. Right, so it's like, do I need to bring a ton of clothes? Because they have a laundromat, or there's a laundry unit inside of the unit that you're staying. It could be, or totally lost my train of thought.
What, even just like what? You mean like a dish soap or
going back to the food
detergent
thing, right? So like you had just said, like the fried egg and pancake thing, or are you staying in a place that has cookware, right? And if not, what's convenient nearby, let alone like convenient out of time for what you're about to eat, or healthy food choices, right? So, and we teach everybody how to make simple tweaks to almost any menu so they can stay on track anyway. So if you're one of our hybrid members or past challengers, then you have an exact idea of what we're talking about. But yeah, that third tip was very important, and I almost forgot to add
Well, that's
all
why
that
we do
into
the
it.
podcast.
Yes. That's why we're a
We talk
team.
it out. We talk it out.
We talk it out. Then we walk it out. We walk it out. So maybe that'll be one of my next dance videos.
Walk it out.
Walk it out. A lot of internal, external hip rotation.
Nobody got the joke this morning.
What was that?
For the workout. So okay, everybody's gonna face the window, and then we'll face the wall. And then in the middle, from the window to the wall. I'm like, yeah, nobody got it. Larissa's like, I got you. I'm like, thank you.
And
somebody got me.
The other member I could think of off the top of my head that was in that session, he has an excuse as to why maybe he was a little mentally off today. So, but he had no sleep last night.
Oh my God! Yeah. No, I was not even.
But aside from that, if you're listening, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I expect you to be on 100% of the time, every time after this. I did make a joke though this morning though.
Well, you make jokes more I think than I do, but I think when I make jokes, people are like, "Oh, that was good." Like I was not expecting that.
I actually made threats this morning.
No. Why?
Yeah, but they were pretty funny.
Why did you make threats this morning? Was nobody awake?
No, I just knew there was an exercise coming up that where if people don't pay attention, they're going to do it incorrectly. So I said...
Can I ask what the exercise was?
Yes, the bear saw. So I said, we're going to do it exactly like this, right? Knees stay bent, hips stay bent. Like knees and hips stay at 90 degrees. The knees do not move from underneath the hips, right? And I said, and you can ask our newest intern, Samantha, I said, all right, anybody, and I said this on the mic, I was like, anybody who does this exercise incorrectly will get a swift kick to the stomach from either myself or Samantha, as we will be patrolling the room to make sure you do this properly.
And she came in at 6:30 this morning?
Yes.
Oh, so she's, okay, good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, so that was...
Because there was, like, Larissa asked me this morning after I went over it and after the first round went through, and then she had asked, like, are your legs moving or are your arms moving? And then that's where I said, when I had explained the exercises, the knees come off the floor, you're set up at 90 degrees, and you need to maintain that 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted a pike or crunch, or I'm not sure what they were doing at first, so I went over it again, and then they started to get it. So, but I know it's a lot of core stability in that exercise too. But I mean,
it's a great exercise.
It's a great exercise. I'm like, let your lats do the work. Your lats need to do the work.
Maybe I'll do like a picture-in-picture on this video version of the episode, showing what that exercise is.
Oh my gosh.
But another thing I said too was because I gave him the verbal warning, and I gave him a visual as to what is right and wrong, and I showed him what's wrong. And I said, if anybody does this, I will not hesitate to kick any of you because you're all.
Did Samantha start to laugh?
Yeah, she chuckled a little bit. But I think she was like a little bit scared too because that was her first interaction with me acting that way. So, because I say a lot of fucked up shit with a straight face, so I think she was trying to get a read, like, was he serious or not? Because I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh.
Okay.
I just said it how I always say it, and then people laughed, so they got it. But yeah, I think some buttholes puckered up a little bit when I said that.
And I think we need to move the Christmas playlist and move the Halloween playlist. So like, I was trying to find it.
I might get rid of that Halloween playlist. I'm not that big a fan of that.
I feel like it keeps turning on, and and we're way past Halloween, so
yeah.
I mean, it's a fun holiday. Don't get me wrong, but I think everybody's ready. I mean, the gym is ready for Christmas, so I think everybody's pretty ready for Christmas.
Absolutely.
I mean, who doesn't love hearing Mariah Carey "All I Want for Christmas" like a million times during the December month?
I listen to it a million times a day.
We will listen to it in July. I think it's,
Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Anything else to add? All right, so again, 3 easy tips to stay on top of your fitness on vacation. We can recap them. I might even list them in the show notes. But again, those are easy ways to stay on top of everything. Really is no excuse to not do any of those because it's so simple and so not time consuming at all.
You won't miss a beat.
You will not miss a beat.
From the day you leave till the day you return.
It's always important to stay on beat anyway. So, with that being said, we are going to boogie on out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week in another episode of Overdrive AF. We appreciate you for tuning in to episode number 164. But on that note, we are out. Peace.